Hi there, welcome. My name is Jamie Broughton, longtime executive coach and co-creator of the Pocket Career Coach app and the program that you're about to jump into. Welcome. I'm just delighted that you're here and jumping in and looking at creating what's next for you in a really mindful and strategic manner. Here's the thing. Do you want to have a fabulous career? Of course you do, right? Of course you do. Now, you may already have one of those, or maybe you're in the spot where you're, you know what? I'm just I'm content, things are good, right? Or maybe you're in a spot where you're just not quite as fulfilled as you might want to be. Whatever place you're in, we can always take it to a whole nother level. And what if you could take it to that level a little bit more mindfully, a little bit more strategically, and perhaps with a little less effort? Instead of just putting our head down and pounding out the work and hoping people notice, what if we could start leveraging the people around us in ways that help us get to where we want to go with a few less missteps and a little easier fashion? What if we could do that? That's what this program is really all about, helping you create the clarity and the strategic roadmap to start doing that in ways that are more intentional and more mindful. But there's a bit of preparation before you jump in. So here's the thing. We're starting here today with this particular video. To get to the live program, we really want you to take on a few things. It doesn't take long. It takes about 30 minutes to do. But here's the thing. It's actually kind of fun, right? And it's super provocative at the same time. It involves downloading the app and doing an exercise around the app. We'll tell you more about that at the end of this video. Here's the thing, though, is that everyone in the program will have done this preparation beforehand. It's absolutely critical you do it. You won't be able to start the program until you do it. You'll be doing it in the back room, or the back of the room rather, getting it all sorted out and missing parts of the program. So be mindful about that. We encourage you to jump in. It doesn't take long. So let me share a little bit about how the whole experience works. So it's not just a live session. Obviously, we're starting here with these videos you've got in front of you, you're watching right now. Get you rolling up your sleeves, thinking about things. That has you come into the live session really with your sleeves rolled up and on a good trot already. In the live session itself, you're going to be practicing conversations, using some of the insights that you've already garnered, sharing with people, both for yourself and also practicing having coaching conversations with other people. Then we let you loose into your world, the real world, right? And you're going to jump in and start having conversations around your career. On average, people have about 4 to 5, sometimes 6 conversations in the space of 30 days around their career. And they leave lit up going, oh my gosh, I so wish I had started this earlier, is what typically happens from people. And then we often get those results. We hear about all those results in the last portion, the very end of that 30-day experience. We'll have a whole completion exercise that we'll do. We can share the insights and the learnings, and you create the plan on what's happening next for you with your peers in the whole group session via webinar. So that's the whole 30-day experience that you're about to jump into. Here's the thing. We get that clarity. You get clear on where you're going to go and what you're going to do, but what gets in the way, right? What is it that gets in the way of all of us creating what we really want? We call these your career stallers. And there's 4 big ones that we can all get sucked into from time to time. They're what get in the way. And the first one here, I'll just share one of them to give you a sample of it. It's what we call the waiting place. And the waiting place, I don't know if you've ever read the Dr. Seuss book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. If you haven't read it, it is ridiculously good and useful, not just for kids, but even more so for adults. But in it, he talks about going after your dreams and what you're shooting for, but we all end up getting sucked into, at some point, the waiting place, where we're waiting for a bus to come or a train to go or a plane to come or the rain to go, waiting around for a yes or no. Everyone's just waiting. And if we're honest, we can get caught in that same spot as it relates to our professional lives, where we're waiting for a better boss, or we're waiting for the reorg to end, we're waiting for better budget, we're waiting for someone to tap us on the shoulder and notice all the great work that we're up to. And when we get caught in that place of just waiting, we give all of our power, all of our agency of creating what we want to a circumstance that's beyond us. And here's the thing, that's not a place I want to be in. I want to be in charge of what it is that I'm doing and where it is that I'm going. So in the program, we talk about the 4 career stallers and the strategies involved in how do we break free of these so we can get back into creating what we want with momentum. The other thing as well too is the inner circle. You don't have to do this on your own. You don't have to do it on your own. So you're going to do some exercises around becoming more strategic and mindful around the people around you that can connect you, that can support you, that can challenge you, that can coach you in new and interesting ways to help you create what it is you're looking for. In the bonus video, the third video on this page, we go into that in more detail. It's the bonus exercise. We'll talk more about that in that video itself. The other thing you're also going to get a chance to do both now, before the program, but also in the program itself, is use the Pocket Career Coach app. One of the things we know about career conversations, and the reason they really don't happen, one of the big reasons is, what the heck? It's like they're big and kind of crazy. Like, where do you get started with a career conversation? And so what we've done is we've broken career conversations down to small, meaningful parts that are digestible. So let me give you just a quick overview. Here's a screenshot of the app itself. Well, those conversations, those big conversations, we've broken them up into 4 particular conversations. One around your career drivers, those things that really get you out of bed in the morning. And these are the keys to engagement. Right? Not just for you, but for the people around you. Once we get clear on what lights people up, we have the levers to move that allows us to really engage people in new and interesting ways. No more sticks needed, no more carrots needed, all this kind of stuff. We start getting clear about what they want and helping them get that and create that. Holy moly, do people light up and jump in? Not only them, but also you. So how do we get clear on our drivers? Second conversation is around strengths. How do you get clear on your strengths? The stuff that you're really good at. You probably got a sense of a couple of them. And what are those ones on the next circle around where we really need to start leveraging them? And how do other people view your strengths? Interesting, hey? Because how people view your strengths and what they see about you has a direct impact on the opportunities they see for you and the connections that could be made. But I get too far ahead. There's also 2 other conversations. There's one for the current role and the future role. How are you doing in your current role? What can you do to knock the lights out of the current role? If you're considering a future role, what are the gaps you got to start closing now before you get there? You'd rather land being prepared as opposed to jumping in and being overwhelmed and just like going crazy trying to figure it all out. How can you start doing that preparation now? So there's a bunch of other cool and interesting features in the app itself. We'll get more into that in the live program. Needless to say, it's useful, it's provocative, and I encourage you in the prep road to get that downloaded and get started. But we'll talk about that right now. So here's the prep we're going to have you do. So the first thing is you want to download the app, get it set up on your phone. That's the second video. It'll show you how to do that. Then the next piece we want you to do is get the career drivers exercise done. It's the first one. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes to do, just on your phone. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Doesn't take much to do it at all, but it's kind of provocative and useful. Remember to capture your insights and actions as you go through that exercise. And then there's a third bonus exercise if you want to jump in just really stoked and ready to go with lots of momentum. It's the inner circle exercise, and it's the third video. So if you want to jump in and into that exercise, please feel free to do that. There's also a page on the site, on the page here, that you can download as an exercise sheet to help you support you with that particular part of the prep work as well too. So make sure you download that, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the live session sometime very, very soon. Bye for now.